Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. Like I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the back button. That's all you got to do is push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
Good morning, everybody. How you doing? It's your boy, Coach Lee. Welcome to the Fantasy Football Insight Show. You got about 49 minutes for a kickoff, so we're going to run through some things for you, help you get your roster set today, as always. Before we can get that started, man, we got to get the CEO, the man with the plan. He always on the go. Let's get him up here, Uncle Leroy Jr.
Okay, because I'm trying to see, I'm still stuck on how you get the applause before you even, you know what I'm saying? Like, you applaud yourself. I'm still trying to compute that. But hey, this is dude Uncle Leroy. Don't say the Leroy without the Junior. And I done flew the coop. I am on a highway somewhere, as always on this Sunday, but always got to take time out to give y'all these hot fantasy football sports tips. So appreciate y'all being tapped in with us on this Fantasy Football Insight live show, man. And yeah, I haven't even set my lineup, so we got to run through this pretty quickly. So how's it going for you on this Sunday?
Man, I'm good. Had fun last night. Hopefully, those that came out and hung out with us, you did your thing as well. But we had a blast last night.
Look at all these damn people going to the game, man. I couldn't much drive.
Absolutely.
The dang lines all backed up on the highway going to Cowboy Stadium.
Ain't going to try to watch this dub today.
Hey, man. I don't know. So we're just going to get right into it then, man. Shit,
let's do it. Injury updates, man. Actually, we got a lot of injury updates. This is week 8. So it's about the time people start having, nicks and bruises and stuff like that. So let's take a look at the quarterbacks. This one here is a buyer's remorse. I'm pretty sure they're regretting it 100%. Deshaun Watson is out again today with the shoulder injury against the Seahawks. P.J. Walker gets the start. How you feeling about that, huh? You think they're regretting that signing and trade?
Shout out to P.J. Walker, the XFL, man. You know what I'm saying? He from the Houston Roughnecks. You know, he started out his career as a quarterback for those guys. So, you know what I'm saying? I've been following him. I've been a fan of P.J. Walker, and I hope, you know, he uses this opportunity to take the job because, yes, the Chicago Browns organization, fan base, everybody should be a fucking ashamed of themselves because, yes, you know, they went out there and they took a freaking sex assault guy and they gave him a job. And then did they just not only give him a job, they gave his ass a high paying job. So yes, definitely, you know, that should be something. Yeah, they should regret that.
So I definitely want to highlight that one. A couple of other quarterback injuries that we have today. We got Justin Fields is out again. Tyson Badgett gets the start. Kyler Murray was designated to return from the reserve PUP list. And he's been practicing this week, so his imminent return is over the horizon. Trevor Lawrence, knee injury is questionable against the Steelers today. Brock Purdy, who was in concussion protocol after the game last week, he has actually been released from concussion protocol, and he will be starting today. Jimmy G is off the injury report ahead of Monday night's game against the Lions. Ryan Tannehill is out today against the Falcons. Malik Willis and Will Levis are going to be battling it out as far as who's going to be the foreseeable replacement. Daniel Jones, neck injury, remains out Sunday against the Jets in a battle of New York and Gotham City. So with those quarterbacks that I mentioned, any of them do you think is going to be a big detriment to their teams?
Yes, Brock Purdy returns. He should be out. I mean, you know, without his supporting cast, or shall I say his star players, you know, he's been looking like Mr. Irrelevant. You know, and one way to get the pressure off of yourself is to get injured. So I don't think that he would be able to, you know, sustain this level of play that the 49ers expect without those other guys there. So
I had saw someone posted earlier, and I couldn't research to verify, but it sounds right. Very seldom somebody goes on concussion protocol do they come back the very next game. My question is this a panic move for San Fran with them having lost 2 in a row?
What'd you say?
With them having lost 2 games in a row, are they kind of forcing him out there sooner rather than later?
Yeah, I mean, because, you know, they need hope, you know what I'm saying? And he's the star player, so they need him to play right now. So, yes, because I was surprised to see him come back so quickly off concussion protocol, especially after last year's Tua Tagovailoa. So, you know, I thought that they actually stricken those concussion protocols after that. So I'm definitely waiting to see how this turns out.
And it is kind of on the weary side, you know, as you had mentioned also, that they didn't know he had the concussion until they got back to San Francisco. He got off the plane. So he played through that game with concussion. He came back after the game on the plane, and he didn't start showing symptoms, they said, until they got back to San Francisco. So that's something that's going to be monitored. If he come out there and he's not looking like himself, then you're going to definitely raise an eyebrow against San Francisco on this one. Running backs. Raheem Mostert, ankle is questionable Sunday against the Patriots. Then you got David Montgomery. He remains out for Monday night against the Raiders. He missed practice all week. Jahmyr Gibbs is still there, so he can tote the load for the Lions. Jerome Ford, ankle is questionable Sunday against the Seahawks. It's going to be the Kareem Hunt show, and they did call up Jordan Wilkins. Zach Moss of the Colts, elbow and heel is questionable, so you're probably going to get a pretty steady dose. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rashawn Johnson, the rookie Bears running back, is off the injury report ahead of Sunday night's game against the Chargers. He did practice all week, so that's going to be helpful for them. And a Gary Brightwell of the Giants, hamstring, was placed on injured reserve. So you're going to see Saquon Barkley and Deion Johnson. So any questions or insights as far as those running backs with injuries this week? You are the running back guru.
Yes, yes, yes. I mean, the biggest thing is, Miami. I've given up on the run game for New York. I've given up on them, and even with the Lions, like last week, we seen how they look very lethargic. Without
They
David
did.
Montgomery. So, definitely, you got to watch that. Like I picked against them this week on, the Detroit Lions. I don't think they can score. I think the league has gotten their numbers. So, um, nothing new on the horizon with that. I don't have any sleeper picks this day.
All right, all right, all right. Wide receivers. This one's kind of been going on for a while. One DK Metcalf for the Seahawks. He's off the injury report. He did practice this week, but he has been dealing with the hip and rib injuries. So he should return. We'll see if he's in full strength because they need him because Tyler Lockett's hamstring is questionable. So right now, DK's coming off injury. Lockett's questionable. And Jigba has been less than stellar so far. The rookie from Ohio State. Um, yeah, I'm starting to think my damn pick now on the Seahawks. Yeah, they looking a little beat up out there, man.
That part.
Yeah, I think I might have to change my pick. I think they're playing against Cleveland, right?
Who?
The Seahawks, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna change my pick. I'm gonna pick us, but anyways. Debo Samuel, this one's been hurting me. He's on like 3 of my dang fantasy teams. He has a shoulder injury, remains out Sunday against the Bengals. Michael Thomas, it says illness was added to the injury report Saturday after practicing full all week. So it said that's a game time decision. Josh Palmer, it seemed like you wide receiver and you play for the Chargers, man. You just can't stay healthy. Well, he's questionable Sunday night against the Bears with a knee injury. Curtis Samuel of the Commanders foot is questionable Sunday against the Eagles. Juju Smith-Schuster is off the injury report as they go head up against the Dolphins. He cleared concussion protocol after 2-game absence. Goes back to the Purdy question.
Right, that part.
Randall Cobb, shoulder injury is questionable. Zay Jones, this is a big one for the Jags. Knee remains out against the Steelers. And that's the wide receivers. Anything that stands out there for you? I know there's a lot of Randolph.
Right, yeah. No. We just reporting the news. You know what I'm saying? Reporting these injuries. So everybody, that's the week 8, the woes of week 8. Everyone, like you say, getting hurt. Now it's time to see how that preparation is. And it's funny because when we had like 4 weeks of preseason, everyone used to complain like, "Oh, that's too long," and we're still getting hurt. We're still seeing players get hurt. So once again, it just goes back to how people be like, "Oh, we in a 2-quarterback league." Well, if we was in a 1-quarterback league, your strategy would still suck. So
that part. That part. You heard it from Hawk. He talking that talk, man. Tight ends. This guy here, man, Darren Waller, hamstring is questionable Sunday. Zach Ertz, quadriceps, he's been placed on IR, so he's going to miss the next 4 games at the minimum. So you better bring up Trey McBride if you need a tight end, because that's who the backup is. Juwan Johnson. Did you? I know you did. You be scavenging those waiver wires.
Yes. That's how you win.
Juwan Johnson is off the injury report. So he did practice all this week, so he should be returning. But as he comes back, Taysom Hill is questionable Sunday against the Colts.
Oh.
Is that news?
Big play Tay.
So it looks like it's going to be a full set of Johnson and Moreau.
Well, Johnson, we had big expectations for Johnson, so hopefully some of that pan out. But he was on. He's able to put up, big plays and make big plays and put up big yards. So I'm confident that he'll be able to do something.
Absolutely. Gerald Everett of the Chargers. He's questionable with a hip injury. I forgot he was on y'all squad. Jimmy Graham, illness is questionable Sunday as well.
Yeah, we forgot that he was on our team as well. So
Is he getting any playing time?
not much because he's always hurt.
Gotcha.
He got one touchdown, I think, when we played the Packers, and and that was it. Haven't heard from him since. It was just like the city was trying. It was like the team was trying to use him to just get butts in seats because he haven't been producing anything.
Right. This one right here. So I'm gonna go through this real quick for us because I know some people do have leagues that they're in where they have defensive players. And then some people do pick'ems because this can affect it as well. Real quick, cornerbacks. Jair Alexander back is questionable. Xavier Howard, groin of the Dolphins, is questionable as well. Jalen Ramsey is off of IR and is due to make his season debut today. Joey Porter of the Steelers, calf, is questionable. And the Giants, Adoree Jackson, neck is questionable. Patriots, Jonathan Jones, knee is questionable also. For the safeties, Jamal Adams, who can't stay healthy, is questionable Sunday for the Seahawks. Von Bell of the Panthers has a quadricep injury, is out. And the Bears, A.D. Jackson, foot is questionable for Sunday against the Chargers. Tyrone Matthew, Honey Badger, foot is questionable Sunday for the Saints against the Colts. Damn, Marcus May of the Saints, illness is questionable Sunday against the Colts. Man, y'all are banged up.
Yes. I think that's because the team is getting tired of playing they're ready for the off season.
Xavier Woods, hamstring is questionable for the Panthers. And on the defensive line, Cameron Hayward was designated to return from IR of the Steelers, but he's questionable. Jordan Davis of the Eagles, hamstring is questionable. And the Texans' Sheldon Rankins' knee is out Sunday against the Panthers. The Saints linebacker, Demario Davis, is questionable with a knee injury.
That's a huge blow right there because he's a captain on the team.
Absolutely. Kayvon Thibodeau of the Giants' knee is questionable. And Ernest Jones' knee of the Rams is questionable against Dallas. And that's your major injuries for week 8. So we're going to take a real quick break, and we're going to come back to the stardom and sit them. We'll be back in about 15, 20. Appreciate y'all hanging out with your boys.
Woo-hoo. What's up, world? Kyrie Robinson, man. New Orleans Saints veteran. Hey, man, make sure you guys go check out my guy, man, STWF, the media, man. Check them guys out. Y'all want to get sports talks with players, with fans, anything like that, man, go check them guys out, man. That's the place to be if you want to talk sports. Who that nation?
Welcome back to this Fantasy Football Insight Show. I'm Coach Lee. We got Uncle Leroy Jr. hanging out with you this morning. We're actually just went over the injury updates, and now we head into the start 'em and sit 'em. So right off the bat, start of the week, and I'm actually kind of happy because those that know your boy know that the wifey is a Texans fan, and this young man is actually had a hell of a rookie season so far. That's one C.J. Stroud. He is actually in as a starter of the week this week. So if you don't have them, you might want to. If you do have them, you might want to start them as they are going up against Carolina. There you go. Handle your business. Quarterbacks to start. Jared Goff as he faces against the Raiders. Joe Burrow as he's going up against San Francisco. They know something we don't know. Kirk Cousins. You like that? Going up against Green Bay?
Yeah, I was about to say, I think, I don't know if he owns those Packers, but yeah.
It might have a little bit of luck, though, with Alexander being out today.
That part.
Trevor Lawrence, we talked about him earlier. He's in as a star to go against Pittsburgh. How do you like those starts for the week so far?
No, I can. I mean, just I can dig it. I don't have anything against it.
Already. Sleepers of the week. Come on the fence with this one. Dak Rain Dakota Prescott's. They got him as a sleeper this week. I'm still waking up. He's been sleeping all season, so
That is true.
him to wake up.
That part.
Jordan Love. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I think he's on the sleeper watch because just like you said earlier, everyone's trying to see the Cowboys get this win. So I think they're going to cheer them on to a win. It's going to be a big home victory, and it should be a shootout because both teams don't have a run game, and
that's true. A lot of balls in there.
That part, right?
Jordan Love is on here. Derek Carr.
Shit his ass.
I don't know of a Saints fan that's actually riding with this dude, man.
Bruh, look. I'm so disgusted with him. You know what I'm saying? And yeah.
Quarterbacks to sit, and I agree with this one, considering what we just went through with the injury report. Geno Smith going up against the vaunted Cleveland Browns defense this week.
Yeah.
He ain't got no weapons out there.
That part.
I'm definitely gonna change my pick on that. This one is kind of funny because I got some family members and friends that are actually Commanders fans, and they were swearing this dude was ready to go. Sam Howell going up against Philly. He seemed like he has severely regressed this year. I guess that one game last year just pumped them up and they thought they had something. But nope, they're still the Commanders.
Exactly. I mean, shit, they don't have no name. You know what I'm saying? They have no identity. So, when they first got to come up with a name that the city and everyone else likes, before they try and put a good product on the field, So, like I say, we're still calling Scary Terry, and he ain't did shit scary. You know what I'm saying?
True. Yeah, yeah, you got on me about that. Yeah, he especially during Halloween, he just Terry, just plain Terry.
What up, Jake?
Yes, sir. Used car, huh? Yeah, I like that. Matthew Stafford is on the sit 'em. Let him cook. Russ Wilson going up against Kansas City.
Hey, I called that last week. I called. I just want to go on air and say, hey, I called that victory by Denver last week. Shout out to Uncle Leroy. Don't say.
And also, I forgot to mention this earlier. Mahomes is playing today, but he's got the flu.
He has a what?
He's got the flu.
Oh shit! So
he had to take IVs. This is gonna be his flu game,
right?
So you're playing in Denver. You're dealing with flu. You had to take IVs before the game. I expect Kansas City to win, but I won't be surprised if they lost if he's not feeling well.
They're gonna have to take the game out of his hands. So I would definitely, if you got, some of the skilled players like Pacheco, I might even start a reach with McKinnon, because they're going to have to get the ball out of his hand. They can't, wait for Patrick Mahomes' athleticism, run around, dodge this and then throw it down the field. We won't see that Mahomes.
He's not going to have the energy for that today.
Exactly.
Let's see. So, running backs to start. Deontay Foreman. Going up against the Chargers.
Look, we said start him last week, and he went Tony Bonanza.
Ramondre Stevenson against Miami. Huh. Darrell Henderson Jr. against Dallas. We can't stop the run. Gus Edwards, Baltimore against Arizona. Please stand by. And this kid here, man, I've been wondering when he's gonna pop back up because I haven't seen him just jump out there. And that's Dameon Pierce, the rookie sensation from last year.
Yeah, I was about to drop him.
So I guess with them having Stroud at quarterback, he's actually driving that machine, so they don't have to lean on him as much. And then again, you got a different coach in there, so it's a whole different philosophy possibly. Sleepers: Kareem Hunt of the Browns, Rashad White. Oh, he already played on Thursday night. And he had a decent game. Jalen Warren of the Steelers. He is slowly becoming the starting quarterback there. I mean, starting running back there. Running backs to sit. Brian Robinson Jr. going against Philly. I can see that, especially with Howell being on this as well. Miles Sanders, the running back from Carolina. Zach Moss, running back of the Colts. Here we go, Najee Harris. Yeah, he's quickly becoming a backup, and he's looking like another Alabama running back bust.
The
Speaking of
whole
bust,
team looking like, they're a bust. Right. That's what I'm about to say. They're another team that lost their identity. So, definitely, Najee Harris.
bust alert. You got Javonte Williams of the Broncos. He's on the one listed. Okay. So not a lot there this week for bust on running backs. Wide receivers to start. Nico Collins of the Texans. When's the last time we saw two players from the Texans on the to start list?
After they beat the damn Saints?
George Pickens, wide receiver of the Steelers. That guy, if anybody needs a quarterback, it's this kid. Garrett Wilson of the Jets. Drake London of Atlanta. They are on the road, and Ritter does play better on the road.
You got to find some good in somewhere.
Sleepers this week. Rashee Rice of Kansas City. Josh Downs of the Colts. Kendrick Bourne of the Patriots. Michael Thomas of, I thought he was on the injury report. They got him down as a, okay, I guess a sleeper. Brandon Cooks of Dallas. Anything that jumps out on you there?
Nah. Well, the biggest thing, Brandon Cooks, they've been calling him out, saying like how, he hasn't been playing well. He's been absent,
Quarterback.
Oh, God.
Sorry, too. San Francisco pass catches too. Debo is out. Yeah. And they rushing back Purdy, I think, man. If San Francisco somehow loses 3 games in a row, is it full on panic at that point?
I think they're panicking now.
Especially how they thumped my Cowboys, man. They've been looking lethargic ever since then. Wide receivers to sit. Amari Cooper against Seattle. I don't know about that one.
You do not sit that dude, man.
He went off last week.
That's what I'm saying. You do not sit Amari Cooper. I'm one of those. I'm old school fantasy football. My studs, they staying in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
If you have the capability of scoring 40, 30 fantasy football points, I'm not going to bench you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to find someone else that, that I might swap out. But nah, you can't bench Amari Cooper. Cooper.
Jerry Jeudy. He's gotten so bad now that nobody even wants to even consider trading for this guy. He's on the sit. Nuke, DeAndre Hopkins. He really has no quarterback. He already was struggling with Tannehill. Now you got Wilkes and Levis. Yeah, good luck with that one. Tyler Lockett, as we mentioned, he's dealing with some injuries. He's on the sit list. Bust alert. Calvin Ridley against Pittsburgh. I don't know about that one.
Well, Pittsburgh is on a 2-game win streak, so I think that they're just saying that Pittsburgh has found their stride. So
Fair enough. Tight ends to start. Kyle Pitts of the Falcons. Dalton Schultz of Houston.
Yeah, he scored last week.
And his replacement, Jake Ferguson of Dallas. I like all three of those. Dalton, believe it or not, though, Dalton Schultz in the last 2 or 3 years, he was one of the. I want to say he was in the top 2 or 3 in red zone scores.
Oh, I know. I you know, a lot of people picked up Dalton Schultz because of that, you know. And so it's weird to see y'all trade him off because he had a lot of, you know, like he had a lot of touchdowns.
He did. And when he left, our red zone woes started. Sleepers. Taysom Hill is on here. Janu Smith. Donald Parham Jr. of the Arlington Renegades. Tight ends to sit. Cole Kemet, Tyler Higbee, and Trey McBride. And the bust alert, this guy, he at one point in time, he seemed like he was ready to take the next step to become one of the premier tight ends in the league, but he's just been a bag of nothing. Logan Thomas, tight end of the Commanders, and a lot of that I would say can be contributed to not having a quarterback. And that there is your weekly startup and sit 'em. Let's see what we got here. Only had a minute, but saw the notification you're on. Tennessee is starting a backup quarterback, so I'm excited to see D-Hop get wild. Absolutely. We'll see what they can do. I don't know. Levis haters. I ain't a Levis hater. You just know that dude, he didn't look good in preseason. He ain't been able to beat out nobody who's there, and they got nobody there. So, just being a realist. Now, if he proves me wrong, I'm glad. I hope he proves me wrong. But that is the weekly injury reports. Start them and sit them. You got 20 minutes, 19 minutes to set your roster. Any parting words you have for us other viewers?
Us other viewers, hey man, this is the time where the rubber meets the road. So definitely, this is the time where, you know, if you don't have 5 losses, you still got a chance to make a playoff run. If you got 6 losses, you still do. If you got 7 or more, then you shit out of luck. But definitely keep watching us. We'll help y'all, win something, win a game, win championships, because both of us have won championships before in our fantasy football league. So that's it.
Appreciate y'all. It's Coach Lee. We see y'all tomorrow night, 7:30, for the play call sheet. Good luck to your team. Unless your Rams play them Cowboys, out of here. Peace.
Find this podcast and others on STWF TV, the Podcasting Network, wherever you get podcasts.